Guys, welcome back to the Matt Chat Podcast with myself, Paul Ciato, Christopher Shea.
How's it going?
And a very, very special guest.
Very special guest.
Did you say gay guest?
Absolutely not. Very special guest, Professor Filipe Costa.
A.K.A. Phil.
A.K.A. Phil. There's a story.
Smith.
There's a story behind that as well. And more, even so, you know what we should start with? Phil, A.K.A. Filipe Costa, is now an American citizen.
Hey, that's right.
Legally, I might add, and did not
Absolutely.
do it the bullshit way, and did it the right way you're supposed to, so kudos to him.
Absolutely.
Thank
Just to start.
I'm
Dude,
proud.
America is better because of you.
I'm proud to be American.
My man. Plus 50 grand.
He just made America great again.
He's part of the process.
That's yes,
There's
he
no
is.
doubt about that.
You're one of the good ones.
So,
Thank you.
so we finally wanted to bring him on. You know, as you know, Filipe and I are the founders of Soul Fighters Brewster, the academy here in Brewster, New York. Partners there, Will the jiu-jitsu, but Filipe is, believe it or not, I'm going to set the record straight. He is the boss when it comes to jiu-jitsu there. I am second fiddle, so do not let my overbearing personality and all the other stuff think that's the case. It's not.
And good looks.
And
And witty retorts.
I mean, check this out.
In the veins.
I mean, Peter.
Please, enough now. Enough. I just gave him two.
Anyway,
They don't have to
and
live with
Peter
all.
wanted to see a shot of that. You know, just you can tell what's going on
A
here.
little more, Paul. A little more.
But you know what? They look. I just even relax. It's
America,
You know what I mean?
And the back is worse than the front.
And the back's worse. Bumps all over me. Back's worse than the front. But I wanted to set the record straight. So many times I had to say okay and concede, and that's all there is to it. So he's the
Not
end
as
all.
many.
He's the end all. He's just being nice. The end all be all when it comes to jiu-jitsu and decisions made in our academy. So that being said, we wanted to bring him on finally and talk about his story a little bit.
It was a little hard, but
You know,
I'm here.
and where he is now,
I'm happy
where,
you're here,
and where
too.
he's gotten to this point. But just to kick it off, so when you came to the country, you actually started on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
correct?
I
So talk
came-
about that.
Yeah, I came here in 2010 for the fight the Pan Ams. Pan Ams, it's usually in April. It was in April in 2010, I guess.
How old were you then?
Tough question, Peter.
And-
It was 8 years ago. I'm 32, 24, right? That's
And what
the
belt
math
were
right
you?
there.
He's a mathematician.
You already.
You're 24, and what belt were you?
I was a purple belt. My third year as a purple
So
belt.
you traveled all the way over here as a purple belt to compete in the world.
Competed
Pan
in
Ams.
Worlds.
Oh, Pan Ams.
Pan Ams.
Okay.
Pan Ams is
Strike
April.
one.
Strike one. That was right. Yeah, it was for the Pan Ams in 2000 in April 6th of 2010 to be precise.
Wow.
So you come over from Brazil, you're there to compete.
I
Tell
got
us
my
the
ass
story.
whooped.
Okay, took an ass whooping. It happens to
I
all of
lost
us.
it like in a third round, like I swooped really bad.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So then now you were going back. So you're here now.
yeah, I
You're
came to stay already. There was everything set up to stay.
Oh, okay.
And,
Yeah.
and I was living with my family. I had a couple families. My
Family
cousins,
members,
yeah, family members in California. They used to live in Oakland, Richmond or Oakland area.
Okay.
Yeah, then I stayed there for 6 months.
Did you fall in love with America right away, or like what was it?
To be
Because I gotta be honest, the
no,
Brazilian women, in my opinion, I don't know. I mean, I would have stayed there.
No, but it wasn't about that. It was about
I love the
jiu-jitsu.
Puerto Rican women the best, though.
Strike two.
No, I came over here to, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go jiu-jitsu. I was, the plan was to be world champion, blah, 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 that was the dream. Yeah, and then I came. I didn't really like it to be, I didn't like the Bay Area.
Culture shock at
Yeah,
first.
culture shock, as first. San Francisco and Oakland, Richmond, people are really weird there and stuff.
Weird how?
I don't know, different.
They're
They're
liberal.
they're deaf. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, but that's okay. He's
He's
just
not
a nice guy.
Unique.
Yeah.
Yes,
They
unique.
the different.
They're liberal.
I wasn't raised like in the same kind of like setups and stuff. And anyway, I didn't like it. I was ready to go back to Brazil one day, a Wednesday. It was like a Wednesday. I was like, yeah,
I'm out of here. I'm going back.
I'm going back. And then I got a random like phone call from my cousin. He just come out of the blue. I didn't spoke with him for maybe 15 years. Last time I saw him, we were like maybe 8 years old. And
wow.
he's here, and he just come out of the blue. I didn't even know that he knew that was there.
Picture in America.
Yeah. And he said, yo, what's up? I'm here, blah, blah, blah. I said, dude, I said,
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out, dude. I'm done with this American stuff. It's
Yeah.
hard over here.
Not enough catching
My
on
English
foods.
wasn't good. Yeah, I was competing and training a lot, but trying to work a little bit to make some money, and it wasn't happening. And the language was a little hard. I said, I'm done. He said, no, dude, don't go home, blah blah blah. Come over here to
East Coast.
to the East Coast in Connecticut. I live in Connecticut. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna teach you English. I'm gonna help you out.
Wow, that's great.
Out of the book, there was other book like there was like a wing.
That's a good cousin.
Yeah, I'm walking like to the train, like you know. I say, he's like, and then I said, huh?
Where was he in Connecticut?
In Denbury.
Denver.
Yeah, in
Oh
Denbury.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I said, are you sure? He said, I'm sure. I said, dude, I'm going off. Oh, I said, just give me 5 minutes. I hang out the phone a little bit. I look at some flights, and I call him back. I said, I just bought the flight.
And that was it. And,
That was it.
and the rest is history.
And the has to research. I
Wait,
just left.
and let's be
I
honest.
was like, I was living with some people, like as a roommate with some other, you know, a woman and a guy in the house. The rent was paid. I just left all my shit over there, and I took my cell phone that I had thrown in the garbage, and left.
King left.
I just
Wow.
took my book
And,
bag,
and
my
think about the
keys,
way
my
your life
clothes.
is right now, dude. That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, that was Wednesday, Saturday morning. I was here.
He was in Connecticut.
Yeah, I said he bought the check. I said, dude, he said I was gonna go ahead.
I'm both ticking. I'm here.
That's it.
So now fast forward. So you come over here. Now you're on the East Coast. And the funny part was the first time that I met him and saw him was at an
Was
in-house
in Utah,
tournament. No, in-house tournament.
It wasn't in Paris, right? Actually.
No, it was at the in-house tournament at ATT in
Yeah,
Danbury.
that was in Denver, but I
Yeah.
think it was in Paris, no?
It was
No,
in
you-
Patterson,
no,
right?
but
Yeah, it was in Paris. Peter was
I took
there. Yeah,
pictures.
No, he was there, but
Your
I
shoulder was dislocated.
no, I did. I reset a
Ah,
guy's
before
shoulder.
that, yeah.
It was before that. No, I set. You took pictures of me resetting a guy's shoulder, but it was before that at an in-house tournament in ATT.
It was just when I got
Deal
here. I
with
was
it.
just trying out, probably.
Yeah, and he actually. I remember
And
he.
you're a purple belt.
I was purple belt. Yeah.
I
That was
remember
my
he
30 years
actually
of purple belt.
went against Ryan Quinn at the time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It was just a roll. No, it was just.
No, it was an in-house
roll.
tournament.
Yeah,
It was an in-house tournament.
It was.
And
It was like
it was-
back in the
it was-
days. Dude.
it was
That was
pretty
my
impressive.
first
So,
month
like,
over here.
Didn't know him yet, but I was my first exposure to him. So now you're here.
I think it was in the match. I didn't even really talk with you, right? I was just saw
No,
you.
I watched you. That's what I'm saying. Like I watched you do what you do.
Yeah.
Now, did he
So-
have these things
Yeah,
with
he
him
did.
the
He
entire
had those
time?
things.
Like, so those aren't something he just
No, no.
acquired over the last
They were
couple of
there.
years.
It
Okay.
came with me from.
They came with him from Brazil. So
So
then
those are homegrown.
Yeah.
Okay.
all paid for.
Yeah, I'll pay for it. Just
so fast forward to now. You went through you ended up.
Oh
you
my
ended-
god!
you
I
ended
did some crazy.
You
crazy
worked every jobs,
Oh my God.
right?
I
You-
was
you
like
taught-
a construction.
Yeah.
What's the worst job that you did? What's
Painter. The worst one that I
yeah,
did.
the worst one?
Dunkin' Donuts.
No,
that was a
no.
yeah,
Dunkin' Donuts was actually
he liked
good.
Dunkin'
Dude.
Donuts.
Yeah, it was
I
like a
remember.
part-time
Oh my
job,
God.
and it was just in the morning. It was
Dang.
just hustling.
And you could drink coffee, which you love.
I could
you
go to train like at noon, I could
Yeah.
train at night. I was training twice a day, working and teaching, blah blah blah. The worst one that I think I did, believe it or not, was painting. Dude.
Painting.
In my
Painting's
opinion.
rough, man.
Painting
It was
sucks.
rough.
Yeah, dude.
There's
Oh
a lot,
my
a
God.
lot of pressure on the
It's
shoulder.
an art. You gotta know how to
Yeah.
do it.
You really do.
Yeah.
It was
Sad.
worth.
It's not really fun though, mentally.
No.
Right, it's a lot of
Pretty
dust and
monotonous.
stuff, you know. But the hardest one that I did was like Mason. I was
Mason
like,
everywhere.
Mason
Hell
everywhere.
yeah, man. That's
That was
Dude, that's
cool.
lifting rocks and shit
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
Yo,
And I
yeah.
was the helper too, you know. Like,
That's
you did all the
worse.
shit work.
I was the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did all the shit.
I was pretty much the horse. That was rough.
So you do all these, every job known to man.
Everything.
You're teaching and you're
Teaching,
teaching
children at the
sporadically.
same time.
You know, you're teaching. I mean, you're teaching
Training.
here and there. You're training. You end up getting married.
Then
You
I
find
got married, yeah.
you find your wife here, right?
Go back to the story when I got here, like in Connecticut, the first day from California. I met my wife on the same first day.
First day.
How?
She was friends with my cousin.
Oh my God.
That was crazy. Right?
That's
From
the hookup.
Wednesday. Yeah,
But
from-
she saw these things.
Yeah.
Come on now, let's be honest. She said, "Holy shit! What are those things? That doesn't even look right."
But that's awesome story because I was there, you know, like I said, I never even spoke with him for 15 years.
Right.
I was there
You
Wednesday,
bring you to Connecticut,
Saturday
find
over
your
here.
wife. Boom.
I meet my wife, we fall in love,
Wow.
boom, got married.
That's it.
First day.
What a great story that is.
Yeah, that was like in a week.
And so,
then we got
wait,
married.
how long did you start? How did you start dating after
Yeah,
that
no,
first
yeah.
day?
Yeah, we started dating. after the
Whoa!
first day. It's crazy.
Oh, I bet that was a setup. She said, "Come over here. I got my good-looking nephew or good-looking cousin coming from Brazil.
No.
I want you to meet him."
It's a setup.
The setup. Wow.
It was good though. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
yeah, just
I mean, it couldn't have worked out any better. Let's
Yeah.
be honest. Yeah.
So what about you go back to Brazil? That's how
Yeah,
crazy
man,
it
it was
is.
crazy, and the stars aligned. So just to fast forward to the meat and potatoes. So I end up joining the team, later on, and you're still doing your thing, and then you and I, formally meet at this point, Newtown, right?
Newtown.
And,
That's how we're training Newtown.
Yeah, and then we actually, the team grew, and we ended up in some places together, and then finally, I said, man, we need to do something, and we
Yeah.
ended up here.
Yeah, that we
So-
over here now.
This was a Soul Fighters team, just To make it clear.
Yeah, no, we were
In your
definitely
town with the Soul Fighters.
Yeah, we're Soul Fighters.
Yeah,
It just-
that was like
yeah.
2000.
I had made a
2013,
switch.
probably.
Yeah, I had switched teams at the time, and then.
And now, how long have you been here? Now, I obviously know that answer because I was your first student, and my daughter was your first child student, so I know these answers. But for everybody else who doesn't know that I was the first student here, why don't you tell them when you actually originally opened up your doors?
I gotta give him the credit. He went to JS and Mark.
Mark Druden.
Mark
No, he was second. I was the first.
Mark Druden will adamantly defend his stance.
No
Yeah.
way. I was the first. My daughter was the first too.
Juliano was the first kid
Yeah.
for sure.
He's
yeah.
turning very red right now. Red as that shirt. I don't even
Yeah.
him.
Hey, did you know?
I turn red.
Didn't the producers tell you can't wear a red shirt around my face? Come on now.
Look at it. All you see is red and
We gotta
white. right
promote
now.
over here, baby. We're just on
That's it.
But anyway, yeah. Then we have all this stuff going on, blah blah blah, and then
And how long have you guys been open?
3.5 years now, right?
Wow.
it's gonna be 3 years in
It's gonna be
October.
3 years, look at
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
It's
okay.
gonna be 3 years.
3 years
in
and we're already
October-
expanding
October
again.
4th.
Yeah.
And now, wait,
That's
you're
when
doing
we
what
start.
now? I already know, but what? What are you doing? What,
We're
guys?
expanding again. The whole
We're
gym
gonna
and jiu-jitsu.
expand, yeah.
Can you guys tell us a little bit about the school? Like what makes you guys look different from other schools? What your approach is?
They have
philosophy?
handsome students.
Obviously, you're expanding, so
That
that's a great
helps a little
sign.
bit.
So, can you guys talk about it a little bit?
I think, yeah. I mean, to start, I think what we've done, and we said this in the beginning when we came together.
Decide, yeah.
When we decided to do the school together, we wanted to take our knowledge over all combined, and to be perfectly frank with you, we saw all the mistakes were being made, and we said we're not going to make those.
Yeah.
I think that was the template.
We had
And you've
Yeah.
stayed true to that
Yeah.
philosophy.
Yeah, the thing that helped us, like, if in my opinion, was because I came from a different team too. I
Yeah.
wasn't like a Soul Fighters immediately.
Right,
I
me
used
too.
to train in Brazil in a different team. Paul came from another one. We saw everything good in that
Everything,
team and
yeah.
everything bad in that team. We saw everything good and bad in Soul Fighters. You know,
And you
we,
put everything, and you meshed it all
and we
together.
tried to mix it up in what we think
Trying to
between
take the
us.
best of everything and keep it together.
Yeah.
You know.
I gotta be honest, Brewster Soul Fighters is awesome. I've,
Oh, I
I've done a couple schools myself, and
No, yeah, we
It's
definitely
the
a little
best
different.
school out there.
Oh,
Hell
thank you.
yeah.
That's
Thank you,
how
guys.
we students feel.
you,
absolutely,
sir.
100%.
Yeah, but that was initially right when we
Yeah,
decided.
I mean-
we had a meeting one day and said, "This is what we're gonna do over here." I said, "It's gotta be different."
Right.
I don't know how it's gonna work, but it's gonna be different because we know the bad, we know the good, we know the different, we know the usual stuff. But
So you guys had the right recipe for success.
Yeah,
And-
our
and- and-
recipe.
yeah,
Our
it's
absolutely.
not the
yeah.
right recipe. We
Yeah.
create our own recipe, not to try to copy.
Everybody has their own recipe for success.
Whatever works for them.
Yeah,
works for them.
ours was based on our own. Ours is based on our own experiences. On what, and again, I go back to it. We took the bad and said we're never going to do that, and that's kind of what's kept us true.
People are probably wondering what the bad is. I don't know if we should go into that, but I
Well,
can tell you as a
but
student
this-
that the good is you have a culture here. It's a
Right.
tribe.
Right, we
So
try,
it's
we
a
try,
competition team.
They look out for their own.
And you don't have to compete if you don't want
No,
to.
you don't.
But people encourage their teammates to compete, and there's a lot of support.
To believe it or not, our first goal was not even to entertain too much the competition.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's just the culture here
Yeah.
of success bred that, where we have a team. Of,
But when
Listen,
we said
we
that
told-
was just like, listen, we're not looking to
Yeah.
immediately do anything.
I think based on
watching or whatever.
based on what he's saying is that our template. Hey, we got the team trophy sitting here from the New
Yeah.
York Open. Our guys scored the most points,
It was good.
and
The goal was to have the
Yeah.
family here, right?
Yeah,
the
exactly.
training that the people like you guys can come with the daughters, with the
Yeah.
sons, to provide a nice
There's
jiu-jitsu
no question.
environment.
There's no question. It's a
No,
family.
yeah, no bullshit, no
right.
drama, free, just
we
relax.
excommunicate drama here.
Yeah,
From the beginning.
and to be truth,
Yeah.
everyone can have the right to be themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we kick people out.
We've seen it happen.
Straight up.
It isn't about the money here. It's
No,
about the
No,
culture.
it never was about the money,
But
So hold on, talk about the expansion. I mean, what the heck? What's going on?
We've got basically the gym itself expanding 21,000 square feet. We're expanding to 2,000 square feet of mat space.
Yeah,
Our own
that's
specific.
2,000 square
I
feet
think
of
you
match
should
space.
elaborate that this is part. You also own World's Gym,
Yeah.
Brewster, so people know out there.
Yeah, own World's Gym Brewster as well.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, there you go. So the gym's going from roughly 14,000 to 21,000 total.
That's huge.
But specifically for our purposes, that aside, and we'll get into that later on in different situations. But Jiu-jitsu's
jiu-jitsu
just going to be
programs, yeah.
specific. It's got its own space, its own room. You can't access it unless you're a jiu-jitsu student.
Yeah, it's gonna be very private,
Very
very
private.
like the schedule is gonna be a little better than we have right now. We have a lot of classes right now weekly, but we still kind of sharing the class with the the space.
Now,
with
do you
the
guys
gym
have
and stuff.
beginner classes and an event, like, because
Right.
I know people who are just starting out, they could get slightly intimidated
Yeah.
by coming to the Assassin's class.
We're having
Having all the programs. We changing. We have a lot of change coming up for the programs. Beginners class, women's class.
Oh,
the
wow.
little grapplers class.
We got some instructors.
Women's class,
We brought
that's
some
great.
more instructors.
Yeah.
Going to be here now full time.
We're bringing one of our friends, Leo, to teach.
Leo
with us.
Delgado's going to be here. On a pretty full time.
So you guys got some serious black belt instructors besides yourselves.
Yeah, but me and Paul, Leo, and all the other guys, they always help
Right.
all
Plus, people
teammates
should
and
be
stuff.
aware that there's great competition classes here too, where
Right.
people come from other
No,
academies.
it's definitely
And
Brewster has become the universe for the
it's a
team.
magnet.
There's no doubt about that. And we have
Focus
and it's the
movement.
one thing too that we were just to circle back to what makes us different is that when that
It was
competition,
naturally. too.
yeah, it happened naturally. It happened
We were
organically,
looking for
right?
it, yeah. That wasn't like the main
And to
thing.
Peter's point, the competition class, it's not just soul fighters.
No, yeah.
We've got guys from all other teams coming here.
Yeah,
You know, I
sure.
wish more would come. I
Yeah.
wish, because it's always about this jiu-jitsu community.
So you guys open up the doors for anybody who wants
Yeah.
to train, as long as you check
Our
your egos
door-
at the door.
It's not about the egos.
Yeah.
It's
No, you
about
can come, whatever,
just come
yeah.
and train. Listen, you have to have somewhat of an ego to do jiu-jitsu. And anyone that says you don't is a fucking liar. Okay? It just listen, what
Fire.
but jiu-jitsu is about controlling the emotion. That's what it is. I mean, that's where I
gotta
think
control.
it gets distorted. So there's ego. But the point being is that I think that that organically happened with us and was part of our template.
Yeah.
That I'd love to have more guys from other teams come here. We're not soliciting students. We're not stealing students. We're not trying to make people change teams.
It helps everyone in the
Yeah,
area.
and everyone
Well, you
helps
see
everyone
different
here.
guys, you have different training partners, it makes everybody better.
It
And
just
right now with the new schedule, the new space is gonna be even better.
Even
Even
better,
better to be able to kind of accommodate, whatever the camps. It's gonna be pretty
right. We got a lot of good things on the
good.
horizon.
New programs, beginners
wow.
programs,
That's
like
great.
way more organized beginners program. We already have a beginners class and stuff, but now it's gonna be very,
Structure.
very.
Yeah.
No, it is structured right now, but
Yeah.
like more focus in the beginners.
So
and a
we've
little
always
bit more
the structure's never
organized,
been the
yeah.
issue here. It's a matter of
The
now.
kids, the kids' little grapplers, that's huge. We're starting not a lot of people had them, the little ones around.
So you
We're gonna
guys,
start at 3 to 5 years old, dude. It's called the
Wow.
little grapplers.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
gonna be pretty cool. I'm
So
excited for them.
you guys do a lot of physical conditioning in class and drills.
Right.
How important is that? Obviously, it's important. Can you elaborate on that?
Dude, it comes from me. I'm a really big guy on how to exercise. I think it's
And
part
I
of
used to
the
get yelled at. for it.
yeah.
He really is a really big guy, 'cause
And
I'm
I
there
was
and
the
he
one that got-
tires me out like crazy.
Yeah. That's like, we're not even gonna entertain that.
We started a union.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy had the union here now to complain about the workouts.
I ain't gonna start. I'm not gonna entertain that
The
comment.
vice president of the union.
Yeah. Jack Walker.
Yeah, he's the president. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But anyway, I'm a big believer that warm up it should be,
Dynamic.
And as you get older,
and
you need
exercising too. Yeah, you gotta warm up good. Takes when I grew up training jiu-jitsu, the warm up was like brutal, man. And I think they help. I think if you physically health, mentally you're gonna be also.
You have to be physical.
You gotta be mentally. You're gonna be better. Too,
Mentally fit.
Yeah, it helps. It's part of the. You gotta be in good shape. You gotta be healthy. You gotta be able to train. And I think the workout, the drills, functional drills, or even just
Exactly.
like regular workouts and stuff. It's important.
Yeah, the physical drilling is specific to what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So no waste of time, being really true to the cause, being true to what they call this jiu-jitsu lifestyle to a degree.
Yeah, part of the lifestyle is
yeah.
the workout, man.
The
It's
work.
do the drills and
Yeah.
spend a little
To get
20
strong.
minutes warming up. It's gotta.
It's got to make sense.
It's gotta make
That's-
sense,
That's basically
I
what it
think
comes
it's
down
important.
to. It's got to make sense, and
It should be true the night guys that work out way harder than you guys in the morning.
Oh, I bet.
Because you guys, I don't know, the union sometimes complain too much.
Yeah, we need
It's
coffee.
older
We need our
guys.
coffee. Listen,
It's only-
hey,
it's
we
only
need
older
to-
guys. There's no doubt about that.
It's
When I was
all the
saying,
old broken guys. That's why you got all these young.
the
freaking
difference
studs.
between the afternoon and the morning class is that there's a lot more live rolling going on because
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
want to just bang. So, especially with the
But that's also going to change. It's another good change
no,
coming
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
We're going to have the program is going to get better and better. I'm very excited.
Hey, you guys are my instructors, and I trust you.
I think that more so, outside of the big changes coming along, I think that a lot of what we've done again, is to harness the potential of people and to make them realize that they're much better than they think they are.
Right.
You know, and say, listen,
Outside of jiu-jitsu.
outside of jiu-jitsu, and like, trust me, God, it's
help
done.
them in life, you know,
Yeah.
whatever is
Sure,
the
yeah.
scenario that's going on, we're gonna try to help.
We all have weaknesses, and you know, and they can help strengthen those weaknesses.
We have the competitors that we're gonna make them better. We have the guys that wanna just chill.
Will you
Gonna
have
help-
will you have a Shea roll class or no? A class just for Shea rollers?
Maybe.
Can you define the Shea roll for our
Can you
listeners?
define it?
What's funny, Rich McHale did a great description of the Shea roll from one of the previous podcasts, and it's basically you don't want to break a sweat, you want to move just enough. He does a lot of talking. You know,
Well, there has to be talking
there's a lot
about
of talking.
what'd you do what'd
Yeah,
you do
there's-
yesterday.
it's
and
a lot of talking,
How's
it's a
everything
lot
with your
of-
family?
yeah.
How's
and
the weekend?
What are
Yeah.
you doing the weekend?
And that's
yeah.
kind of what a Shea roll is just like.
The
It's
5 minutes of
it's
like
like 5 minutes
smooth
of
talking.
talking.
Yeah.
Time to talk.
No, it's only about
And-
3 minutes of talking, about a minute and a half of rolling at like 60%. But and then like about
In the 30
35
seconds
seconds of
left,
explosions
tighten
though.
them
Yeah.
But those explosions, let's be honest, there's some
Oh, they make
serious
up for
explosions.
everything. I know. They make up for everything. I
And
get
they
it.
happen when the coaches are watching.
Yeah.
Oh,
All the time. Oh, yeah.
He's definitely specific to the coaches watching. There's no doubt about
Well, dude,
that.
when the
But
coaches
look-
when the coaches are hitting you with like a shinai or a stick, you better give those 30 seconds of explosions.
Well, it's amazing when the coach has to do that because no matter how many fucking times you tell the person, no more talking, Shea rolls are done. Okay, so then weaponry has to come out.
We call it Shea
Full-
virus.
The
Shea
Shea
virus.
virus.
Now,
That's like-
I don't know if you can either confirm or deny. Will there be Shea lanes
Yes.
at the new
No,
in the
not.
new gym?
No, here's
Actually,
the
no,
thing.
it's gonna be square.
It's going to be
Oh, that's not
because
square.
of the mat size and it's going to be symmetrical. There will no longer be Shea lane. The Shea lane is a shorter, stubbier lane. So when we're doing like hip escape drills, I always say, guys, stay in lanes 1, 2, 3. Stay out of the 4 or 5 Shea lanes. Run up along the side. Use those as the travel lanes. Do not use those no drills. Those are done.
Wow, you guys are really changing things.
Those are
Yeah.
done. You know?
But I think that's a part of what we're different. That's like one of the main things that we're different. You know, that's how we are.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Shea lanes.
Yeah,
Shea
we got
lanes.
the Shea rolls. We
You got
got
the
the
Shea
guys
roll?
that go crazy. We got the.
And then you got the Peter rolls, which are I'm gonna go hard.
No. There's the David Burley rolls that, hey, I'm only going 40%,
Which is
and in the
110.
first 3 seconds, you have a bloody nose and a fat lip, but I'm only going to 30%.
And he dives on you.
Yeah.
But I think that's what right.
No, we're
I think that's why it makes us
we're
like
accommodating.
different. Yeah,
There's no doubt we're accommodating with one.
There's a little bit of everything for everybody.
Ah,
Accommodating, but we all have the one goal, and the one goal is
It's to have fun.
Have
I'm gonna be
fun.
honest right now. That's the one goal. Is to have fun.
Listen, the fun's a major part of it. We have a ton of fun here, but we make sure that whatever belt's around your waist, period. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. No matter where you go, I don't care where you visit. No one will ever question the validity of that belt.
100%.
Period. That's ultimately what it comes down to.
We
And
can
it's
fool,
fun.
We can listen. We can fool around all we want, but at the end of the day, what you're
That's
saying
what
is that's hashtag truth.
Peter,
Hashtag.
Pound sign truth.
hashtag pound sign truth. Peter, you were going to say something?
I was gonna say, what is as coaches and black belts, what is your greatest joy or pleasure in your quote unquote job or life?
All right, I'll answer that. Oh wait, no, never mind. I can't.
Nice, Coach
I can't
Chris.
answer
Take
that.
the stage.
Sorry, I can't.
Professor Shea again. Go ahead.
I don't know. In my opinion, it makes me really happy just to see the improvement day by day of the students. You know, I don't care about competition. Tell the truth, I care zero if they like bring a gold medal or even if I won a gold medal. I want to see them happy, like every day in class. You know, I know it's a little cliche, but dude, it's pretty cool when you teach them a setup or whatever, like the whole drills that we work in the week, and you see them hit in a class. That's freaking awesome, man. Especially with the little kids. I teach the kids class, dude. That's really nice to see. That makes me really happy and proud. At least I'm doing something good.
Well, I can say this:
It's
my,
working.
my daughter is in your kids' class, and I have to be honest. My daughter's tried softball, hated it. She's done this, hated it. This is the one thing
Right.
that she loves you, and she legitimately loves jiu-jitsu, and it's so nice that now her and I have this bond.
Right, I think it's nice, right? You feel the same?
For
Yeah, the camaraderie when you go to the tournaments, it's nice. It's not about the tournament. I don't care too much about that, but the people that's there supporting each other,
Yeah.
that makes me proud as a coach. That means we're doing something right. Our students care about each other,
Yeah.
Not just like one coach, blah, blah, blah. It's everyone, you
Yeah.
know. Guys are not even fighting, they're there. Or, we're hanging out over here, like, after the class, whatever.
For me, it's this. It's when they get it. What I mean by that is when you see a student that starts coming every day.
Yeah.
And then year 1 goes by, and year 2 goes by, and then you're like, wow, you know, that's for me. That's what does it for me. Like we were talking this morning, like Al Vasquez. I
He
pitched
lives
him
here.
hard, dude.
Yeah.
I pitched him hard. He went from hitting a heavy bag as a form of exercise to now, like, he's trains every day.
And he loves
He
it.
loves it.
You know, so like
You see they
He
smile.
was there today.
Yeah. You
You
see
know?
they smile on their face.
Yeah.
That's awesome. When you
for
see
me,
them, like, they
that's
wanna
what
be
it's
here,
about
yeah.
for me, to be
I
honest.
agree.
When I see
That's
that,
true, yeah.
that for me is.
When they want to be here every day to train
Yeah.
twice a day, like
text
Let's be
them.
honest, that's also a reflection of you two, also. Because
I like
because
to- I like
they're
to
there,
think so.
they're there for you guys too. You know,
Yeah.
they're there to hear what you have to say and to respect what you have to do and show them. So
no, yeah,
so,
a little bit
yeah.
of both.
Definitely.
But it's awesome. That makes me very happy when I see all this stuff going on. And I think we're doing a pretty good job, right?
I
Keeping
agree.
that going. And the plan is to
The proof is
never
in your
lose.
pudding, man. You're freaking your school's growing. You know,
No, school's growing exponentially. Numbers are great. We signed up.
But it's not
3
even
more
about that,
dads.
yeah.
Like,
We're
Pete,
trying
listen,
to-
the word spread. That's the
Yeah.
best way to put it. The word spread. It's a legitimate Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu academy, and that's what we are. We're not trying to be anything else.
Where do you guys see yourselves in about 2 or 3 years?
We'll be
Let's wrap it
second.
up.
We'll be secondary black belts then.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
a
3
good
years.
one.
You know, it'll be that's
That's
the
a
first
The
thing. And,
school, I mean, your vision for the
we're
school.
gonna be at the next level. I mean, to define that at this point,
The next level starts in a couple weeks.
yeah, next level
The next
starts
phase.
in the next phase.
when will it actually be open?
Well, we're in the process now.
Okay.
Can't even comment on that yet
Oh,
because
okay.
construction's construction. But
Yeah.
we're in the process now. But we'll be at the next level. I mean, we've grown in every way, shape, or form exponentially as people, as an academy, with our student body, every month to month. And I'm probably the best way to describe is I'm more excited to see what we're gonna do because we're hustlers by nature. So we're gonna water the flowers.
And watch them grow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's nice. Hopefully by 2 years from now.
You know, some people out there aren't like us. You know what I'm saying? So I got
that's
help
straight
them.
2.9 now. That's it. You got to ruin the whole vibe with a fucking flower comment. And then
You started the flower
but
comment.
I
I just
said
added on
water.
it.
You get this like soft look on your
Because
face.
I gotta be
I don't
honest.
like it. I
I've
don't
been
like
watching a lot of Lifetime lately.
I believe it. I do believe it.
I can't.
It's alright though.
Fucking can't.
It's stressed out
Hallmark
right now.
Channel, Lifetime. I mean, I can guess even there's even some memes that catch me. You know, they catch me off a little bit. You know.
Makes
I just
you
threw up in
emotional.
my mouth. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I literally threw up in my mouth. Listen to you talk like that.
But that's why we're different here.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's why it's fun.
And we don't condemn one another for it. So, but guys, I hope you appreciated and enjoyed this one little episode.
I loved it.
Yeah, we finally brought the man, the myth, the legend in here, get him on camera. We will bring him back, obviously, again. Once again, guys, the Match Out Podcast. Paul Ciato, Christopher Shea, Professor Filipe Costa.
Thank you, guys.
We will see you
Thank
guys
you.
next time.
Thank you very much.